Joining me now is Melanie Leighton. She is the CEO of Titan Minerals. Thanks for getting up for us today.
Thanks, Mark. It's very good to be here. Thank you.
Now, let's hear about these three gold and copper assets in southern Ecuador, which is an underexplored area. And you're drilling, you're defining the resource, you're busy doing that. Can you give us a brief overview?
Hi, Mark. Yes, thanks. Look, we believe we're on top of three very large-scale copper gold projects in southern Ecuador, who until today have not received consistent systematic exploration. So our technical team have been very busy gathering the appropriate data sets to define their true potential. So we have the Dynasty Project, which already boasts more than 2 million ounces of gold. We have the Linderos Project, which we've just completed some drilling on late last year, where we've seen some good mineralized porphyry from shallow depths. And we also have the Copper Duke Project, which is slightly earlier stage, but again has many compelling both porphyry and epithermal gold targets on it.
You've been discovering some pretty healthy grades at Copper Ridge, and you've identified some key targets. And you think you may be sitting on quite a significant discovery, which you alluded to there. So can you give us some of the highlights of the drilling you've done so far and the assay results?
Yeah, that's right, Mark. The Titan completed their maiden campaign of drilling at Copper Ridge late last year, which is at the Linderos project. And we were very pleased with the results. We intersected quite a wide interval of mineralized porphyry, so 308 meters at 0.4% copper equivalent porphyry from very shallow depths. And what is also very pleasing is that we ended that hole in mineralization. So not only are we sort of 300 plus meters of mineralized porphyry already intersected, we believe there's still a lot of scope for additional mineralization there. And the fact that this is the first campaign of scout drilling completed at the project, our team is quietly very excited about the results there.
Now, once you get the rest of the assay results from Copper Ridge, is the plan at that point to essentially look for the heart of the system or the mother lode, so to speak?
Yeah, that's definitely the strategy, Mark. Look, porphyries are actually quite complex systems, but when you collect the right information, that can be very simple. So our team have been very busy collecting all of the right data sets. We're following the Anaconda mapping methodology for both surface mapping and downhole geological logging. And when you pair that with 48 element geochemistry, you get a very good understanding as to where you're at within the porphyry system. And you're then much better placed to plan the next campaign of drilling. So come end of January, when we get the rest of those assay results in, I think we'll be very well placed to plan the next round of drilling.
Now, you mentioned the Dynasty asset or Dynasty, and you've got the 2 million plus ounces there indicated and inferred. The company calls that a near-term development opportunity with a simple, long life. So what would you say the prospects are there, and when might we expect another round of drilling?
Yes, Mark. Dynasty does have an existing resource of more than 2 million ounces of gold and 17 million ounces of silver. The team have been very busy doing quite a comprehensive relogging campaign. There was 30,000 odd meters of historical diamond core that was available to us. So our team have been relogging that again to get the consistent geological data sets as we've done for Linderos with that Anaconda style mapping technique. And again, that's to give us a much better understanding as to where we are at in the system, because not only do we have epithermal gold at Dynasty, we also have porphyry mineralization there as well. So some work has been done behind the scenes there to generate the foundation data sets to build a robust 3D geological model. So that's now well advanced, and we'll then put our technical team in good stead to be able to create that robust resource, which we look to be putting out at some time in Q2 this year.
Right, Q2, as you mentioned there. So, what could investors expect? I know that you don't have any hard numbers just yet, but what are the expectations?
Look, I think the resource itself will be quite similar to what is already in the public domain, the foreign resource, that is, the NI 43-101 compliant resource. So the process that we're going through is making that JORC compliant obviously we're an ASX listed company with JORC regulations. But to get it up to speed, really all we need to do is obviously create that geological model. And we've done quite a bit of validation drilling and QA/QC work as well, which has all proven to be very positive and very much supports the existing resource. So we don't see a lot of change to the resource itself, but what we do see though is quite large potential. Dynasty sits on a 9-kilometre epithermal corridor, of which less than half of it has been tested by drilling for one reason or another, due to lack of access, lack of exposure in past years. But now we have very good access to the project, to the full strike length of the epithermal corridor. And then, so outside of those targets, we have also got the Calaman and the Lasagna porphyry targets, which I think our team actually are very excited about and can't wait to test them. So they will feature not necessarily in this first resource, but in any potential future resources that the company will do.
Shifting gears here, Titan put out a news release recently, which contains some interesting language, just in terms of, you don't always see this out of companies, or at least maybe they wouldn't put it out there in the public, but, and I'm paraphrasing, that large corporates and strategic investors have paid multiple site visits to your assets, to your projects, and that the board will review. The company's in an enviable position, and you'll make some strategic decisions. So does that mean that there are entities that are interested in investing in Titan, or is that hinting at some sort of M&A, or both?
Yeah, look, Mark, we hosted a number of site visits last year to our projects in Ecuador, to both corporates and, family funds and the like. And the overwhelming response from all of them is that they were, very, very impressed with, firstly, the projects, and secondly, the technical standards of our team on site. And, that's largely due to, the guidance of Mike Skeed and Pablo Morelli, our exploration manager. So Titan have very much bolstered and boosted their technical capability over the last 12 to 18 months. So the team are doing fantastic work on the ground, and that really shows when you bring a corporate to site and you can display all of the information regarding the projects, which really highlights the opportunity that's there. So I guess that the inbound interest has come from that, and they're very impressed, like I said, with the projects and the team. And it's the board's decision at this point in time as to which way to go with any kind of funding options in the future. But, corporates, family offices, funds, royalty, all of those options are on the table, and, the board will make the best and most prudent decision, which is in the, the best interests of all shareholders when the time comes.
Lastly, Melanie, if you could wrap it up with a bow, sum everything up that you've been talking about for, especially for investors who are looking for a good junior to invest in.
Excellent exposure to projects in tier 1 jurisdiction. As I said before, the management, the board, the technical capability of the company has been very much improved over the last 18 months or so. Unencumbered assets, challenging assets have been divested, so we can really focus on the exploration of our 3 primary projects. And I would consider the last 18 months have been largely a data gathering exercise for the company. And now that we have all of that information, we're very well armed, and we have many high priority targets that require drill testing. So our technical team are almost like kids in a candy shop. There's so many options to them and so many things that they want to do on the ground. So we're at a point now where we're rationalising and ranking our best targets across each of the projects, and we're looking to be commencing drilling in the first quarter this year, in March or April, at whichever of those projects we deem to be the highest priority. So I think a lot of news flow ahead, and a lot of very high conviction targets that we're looking to test by drilling this year. So a lot of news flow to come.
Thank you for the update today, Melanie. We appreciate it. Good luck with everything, and I'm sure we'll talk down the road.
Thanks very much, Mark.
Melanie Leighton, CEO of Titan Minerals. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you next time.